Please welcome former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. So, a lot going on, huh?
A lot going on. Listening to that, it teared me up.
Yeah.
Listening to that. I've been so blessed serving the district that I served. And
why didn't you just stay there?
well, I think when it comes down to the president that I helped get elected, the party that I donated to and represented, and having the president turn on me and calling me a traitor for standing with women who were raped as teenagers, and then having no one in the party stand up for me. That was a high bar, but really when it came down to death threats, which I had become used to, but when they came in on my son because of the president's words, it's too much.
Right.
So
I get it.
And I believe in term limits.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, he has called you every name in the book.
Along with all of you.
No. We never called you names.
No, I
think he's called us too.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Well,
called
let
us
me see. He called you a traitor, as you just mentioned. He called you dumb. I don't think you're dumb. He called you a lunatic. Maybe.
She says the same thing about me.
You said he has unleashed a hotbed of threats, like you just said. He's attacking people like you since day one, this guy. And it didn't seem to bug you until now. Okay, we have to go over this for a second, because people, I speak to people all the time, and they say, do you really think she's legit? What is she trying to do? All that stuff. So do you wish, A, that you spoke up sooner? Like when he was calling political opponents enemies, scum, vermin, and women horse faces. Do you wish that you had stepped in at that point and said, listen, don't talk about women like that. You don't speak to people as vermin. What's wrong with you?
Well, the toxic nature of politics is something that grew and grew to really bother me deeply. But it's also the language that we see across both sides of the aisle.
I know somewhat, but don't go to...
I've been called nasty names by Democrats too, and it goes back and forth. And I've said I'm taking my part. I'm only in control of me. So I'm taking control and taking my part and saying, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want to focus on politics and policies and actions instead of focusing on individuals, because our country is so divided. It really is.
I know.
And I do reject it, and I have apologized for it.
You have.
And I think
So
that's...
you've apologized to people like AOC and Jasmine Crockett and your colleague
who you
made fun of her transgender child. Have you made specific apologies to those people, especially your colleague who had a transgender child, because you have a child as well, and who you taunted?
Well, Sunny, just to be clear, I made a blanket apology on my part, but I haven't received apologies back from so many people that attacked me. So again, I'm the only one taking accountability and taking a big step in that direction. Really, the responsibility belongs on everyone to do that.
Well, you stunned a lot of people when you decided to step down from Congress after your very public split with President Trump. What was the straw that broke the camel's back, and have you made complete peace with your decision?
Well, again, I signed the term limits bill every single Congress, and I believe in that. I never went to Washington to stay there for a big, long political career. And I ran for Congress actually opposing not only the Democrats, but really going against the Republican Party a lot of the time and trying to hold Republicans accountable. The straw that broke the camel's back for me was the president calling me a traitor for standing with women who were raped when they were teenagers. One of MAGA's big campaign pledges was to release the Epstein files, and then having to say, am I going to have to be the next Charlie Kirk? Is my son going to get murdered because I'm trying to continue to do this job. I think that's a bar that's too high for anyone. And it's real. Political violence is real, and it's so sad. And the politics is so extreme and divisive. And I just don't want to be a part of that anymore.
Let me ask you this, because many are applauding you as a new and a different and evolved Marjorie Taylor Greene. But some wonder, like myself, if your transformation is really about self-preservation, right? People are suspicious that you're distancing yourself from Trump to save your own political brand, because perhaps you have aspirations to be a senator or a governor. And perhaps you've done it for the inevitable midterm losses that are going to happen in the Republican Party that you yourself have said.
I said the same thing.
Exactly. So how do you respond to skeptics that you are very much so the same sort of toxic politician that you were?
Well, Sonny, I've been asked by every single person that's interviewed me, what are you running for? And I've said over and over again to exhaustion, I'm not running for Senate. I'm not running for governor. I'm not running for president. So first of all, that narrative is just wrong about me.
So we won't see those campaigns.
No, I keep trying to tell everyone, but I think Washington, D.C., and maybe the media overall is just used to people in politics that consistently try to climb the ladder. I'm not trying to climb the ladder. What matters to me most is being America first. What matters to me is using my voice to pull Americans on the right and the left together to focus on our collective problems, and that's affordability for life, for your groceries, affordable housing for our kids who look to the future and go, will I ever be able to afford to buy a home? Am I ever going to have a good paying job? Will I ever be able to get married and maybe have one of the parents stay home and raise the kids? They don't see that. And
so maybe
that's
now
the
you should
future
become a Democrat. I asked you last time. Everything you're saying is on the Democratic platform.
Probably persisted for 25 years.
No,
No one's
these
The Democrats
parties.
fight for those things.
Well,
The
actually,
Republicans
Joy,
do not.
I'll push back on that. It's Democrats and Republicans together that have put us in nearly $40 trillion in debt. I don't support a border invasion.
Wait a
That
second.
caused fentanyl deaths in my district.
It's my understanding.
280%. 280% skyrocketed. People like Lake and Riley were murdered because our border was invaded. I don't support those policies.
So will you remain a Republican?
I haven't said if I'm leaving the Republican Party, but my focus
You can make a statement here.
My focus is America first.
But
And
you
my
know, it's
focus is earn my vote.
Marjorie,
earn my vote.
Marjorie,
and I think that should
tell
be
me
the
if I'm
American
wrong
people
about
too.
this, because I'm just a person who watches the news. I'm not a pundit. I'm not anything. But
You're many things, Joy.
But you know, every time a Democratic president leaves office, we're in a surplus, and then when a Republican leaves, we're in a
Hasn't
deficit.
been true since Bill Clinton. with
That is
due respect.
absolutely false.
It's not.
Joe Biden left office, and we were $33 trillion in debt.
And what is it now?
And the budget, the Congress, the Democrat-controlled Congress under Nancy Pelosi spent trillions and trillions of dollars. Now it's gone up even more. I've said both parties. I'm the one saying both parties. You're the one defending the Democrat
I
Party.
am. Right
both
now, yes.
parties are at fault. And the numbers are there. The facts
One's
are there.
worse than the other. Let's
Well,
put
that's
it that
why
way.
I'm an independent.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider because I do believe every politician should have to earn a vote and not have an already jersey-wearing person come into a booth?
I agree with you.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll just stop there then.
Yeah, fully agree with you.
Why go on?
Oh, if we only could, but there's more.